Aloha from the Ozarks. Folks, I'm standing in front of a custom-built 16 by 40 cabin. And I wanted to let you know we do custom builds. So I'm going to show you this particular custom build and then talk to you about all the options that are available to you so we can custom build one for you if you are interested in a custom build storage shed, especially for those of you who are in the do-it-yourself tiny home mindset. If you're going to convert a portable building into a storage shed, I highly recommend a Graceland building, and I'll show you how we can customize them to match what you're trying to do. Okay, so let me turn this camera around and show you this really pretty building just a second. This is a 16 by 40 cabin. Any building that Graceland calls a cabin means it has a porch, and this is our standard porch on our building called a cabin. Well, we make different types of porches, and so they're named differently. A corner porch cabin, we have a wrap porch lofted cabin, and we have a corner porch not a corner porch, a corner porch lofted. So a lot of different confusing names, but it's really easy. If you visit my website, you can see I have a picture of each of those different types of porches and whether they come in a lofted building or a non-lofted building. So this is a non-lofted cabin. We also make a lofted cabin, and we make a lot of different types of porches. The width, 16 by 40 is the largest that we make in a non-lofted building. If it's a lofted building, 14 by 40 is the largest that we make. And that measurement, that 14 by 40 is measured from eave to eave, okay? So that's per Department of Transportation requirements for driving this thing down the highway, all right? So you need to know that. There is an eave that overhangs, all right? Keep that in mind. All right, let's talk about the paint. We have a lot of different paint options you can. Of course, just get what's called standard stain. No paint, it's just a stain. Now, that is our least expensive option. It comes on T111 plywood siding. Or you can get our PPG exterior paints. And we have a lot of different colors for PPG exterior paints. And that comes on our Duratemp plywood siding. Both are plywood sidings, 5/8 inch thick plywood siding, all pressure treated. Your PPG paints come with a 25-year warranty and then a 10-year adhesion warranty. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to get it painted. We can save you the hassle of painting it yourself, and we'll do it. Next is the metal roof. We do have a lot of metal roof colors, and that's standard. I can also offer you a shingled roof if that's what you want. I have yet to sell. Wait, no, I've sold one building in almost 2 years' time that had a shingled roof. Everything else is a metal roof. That's what most people want. Either way, the roof comes with a 25-year warranty, whether it's a metal roof or a shingle roof. All right, so two warranties I've mentioned are paint and roof. I want to talk to you about two other warranties. The workmanship inside this building comes with a 7-year warranty. All right, 7 years. A lot of the other companies out there that build portable buildings only go 5 years, but we go 7. And the last thing is, all of the wood that you're looking at is pressure treated lumber and wood products. So like your plywood, that's pressure treated. Your 2x4 wall studs, your 2x4 roof trusses. Underneath the floor, your 2x6 floor joists, they're all pressure treated. They all come with a limited lifetime warranty. So a lot of warranties are in this building. We build a better quality building, we use better materials, and we stand behind it with better warranties, okay? So let's talk about customization. You can get a couple of different types of doors. We've got a 36 by 80 standard size for a door. This one's called a 9-light for the 9 little windows. I sell a lot of those types of doors. We also sell a solid door, so we can do either one, 9-light or a solid door. And we can also do barn doors, a 48-inch barn door or a 72-inch double-wide barn door. Those are options you can get. We also have roll-up doors, okay? So we have 6-foot all the way up to 9-foot roll-up doors. If you get a roll-up door, you do have to have an upgraded subfloor in the building. You can't do our standard 2x6 that are 16 inches apart. We have to have the heavy-duty subfloor if you want a roll-up garage door, and that means they are 12 inches apart instead of 16 inches apart. It's just a stronger, heavy-duty floor. You can only get the garage doors if we upgrade that floor, all right? Now let's talk about windows. We have a 3x3 window, square window, and we offer it in single pane or double pane. This customer wanted one. We also have a 2x3 window that comes in single pane or double pane, all right? And we can put as many windows as you want, as many doors as you want in the building as we can frame up for you. So I want to talk to you about window and door framing. We double reinforce our window and door frames. And what that means to you is that when this building gets to your site and is leveled, the windows and doors are going to open and shut freely like they're supposed to because we double reinforce those frames. A lot of other companies save money by only doing a single 2x4 to reinforce that frame, or not reinforce it, it's just a single 2x4. We double reinforce at a minimum. Sometimes it gets triple or even quadruple reinforced, just kind of depends on where the placement of that window falls along our walls. And so I want to talk to you about our walls. 2x4s are 16 inches apart. That's standard. Other companies space them 24 inches apart. So they use fewer 2x4s because they're spaced further apart. We space them 16 inches apart, just like you would do if you were building a home, and then we double reinforce. Every third wall stud is actually a double reinforced wall stud. So double reinforced, you got one, and then we double reinforce all the way along all of our walls. We use more 2x4s than just about anybody else in the industry, which makes our walls stronger and sturdier. Single 2x4 at the bottom, double reinforced 2x4s at the tops of the walls. Other companies may not double reinforce at the top, so pay attention to that. Okay, so they're well-built walls. The floors are 5/8 inch plywood floors, just like our walls are 5/8 inch plywood siding. 5/8 inch plywood in the floors, and they're interlocked plywood slabs, tongue and groove. So they're interlocked together. They're not individual slabs that can pull apart from each other. We put them together with tongue and groove. You need to check that out if you're shopping around. Do the other companies, are they using tongue and groove? It's truly the only and best way to do a floor. All right, underneath the floor, we use 2x6 floor joists, and they are standard 16 inches apart like our wall studs are. You can get it upgraded to a 12-inch apart floor joist for our heavy-duty floor if you would like. But 16 inches on center is a standard build for a floor, for a home, all right? So just keep that in mind. Unlike my competitors, though, we don't use 2x4 wall studs for our subfloors. We use 2x6s, so pay attention to that when you're shopping around. Are they putting 2x4s underneath there, or are they doing 2x6s? Well, we only use 2x6s. Next thing to pay attention to is your roof trusses. We use 2x4 roof trusses. All of the lumber that we use is a premium grade. It's a higher grade and a higher quality of lumber. Costs us more to buy it, but it gives you a better quality building. Pay attention to the roof trusses, to a thing you've probably never looked at before unless you are a roofer. The triangle shape of that roof truss. That's standard for a roof truss, okay? However, some of the other companies, their triangle roof truss, this bottom row, that main support structure that goes across, that sometimes is not at the bottom of the triangle. Sometimes they take that and they put it up higher. That makes it a shorter base, I don't know what you, support, okay? Ours goes all the way across. The other companies use a shorter one. They lift it up higher and make the triangle smaller with just a wing that comes all the way out and touches to the wall, to the top of the wall, and that's how they attach it. But our roof trusses, the triangle goes all the way across. That's something that's really important for you to pay attention to. You've probably never noticed it before because this is a standard roof truss. That's what you've seen in homes that are built on site. But when you're looking at portable buildings, you need to compare that out and find out how they're building their roof trusses compared to ours. At the tops of our walls, we have this soffit, this aluminum soffit ventilation system that runs all along your left and right side walls. And that is for improved airflow. That's a Graceland patented exclusive. And that vent system works in coordination with this roof vent, screened in roof ridge vent system that we put in that goes the entire length of the roof. It's screened in to keep out bugs and debris, but it works with the soffit vents on the side to help this building stay 10 to 15 degrees cooler in the summertime extreme temperatures, right? So that's something that's really important to pay attention to. Our roof is applied on OSB roof decking that's standard for the roof industry. On the outside of the decking is the metal roof. Between the metal roof and the roof decking is a moisture barrier. On the inside of the roof decking, this customer opted for our optional G-board radiant barrier roof applied to the inside. That thing reflects out 97% of the sun's radiant heat, which also helps to make a huge difference in the summertime extreme temperatures. You do not have to get the optional radiant barrier roof, but I always highly recommend it, especially if you are a do-it-yourself tiny home person, right? I highly recommend it. All right, so let's talk about the other options that are available to you. Wait, actually, I think I mentioned all of them. I got my windows, talked to you about the windows, different sizes, talked to you about the different types of doors, the optional radiant barrier roof. Oh yes, window shutters. We don't have any on this particular building because very few of my customers order the window shutters, but we do offer window shutters to go on your windows. If you want window shutters, we've got them. We also offer optional flower boxes to go along the bottom. So that's another upgrade that you can get as well. And let's see, that's really about all there is to it. If you are interested in this building, something like this one, I can't sell you this one because it's a custom build that is already sold. All you need to do is take a look at the video description to this particular video, and I will have a lot of different links in it. One of them is going to be to my main website. Another's going to have my phone number on there. You can call me or text me. You can message me on Facebook. I'll put a link there to message me on Facebook if that's your preferred method of communication. And then I will also have a link to view my frequently asked questions playlist that I put on YouTube. So a lot of different ways to get in contact with me, a lot of different ways to get your questions answered, and we can custom build them and get one built for you. Free delivery and setup is within 50 miles of my lot, and that includes them setting up the building on the concrete blocks that you will provide, and then leveling the building, and then attempting to anchor it into the ground like a mobile home would be anchored. We drive 18-inch anchors into the ground at the four corners of the building and anchor it down. That's how we're able to offer you 150-mile-an-hour wind gust certification. It's because we level and anchor this building. I forgot, there's another thing to add to that. The other way we're able to offer 150-mile-an-hour wind gust certification is this right here. We use metal hurricane clips to attach our roof trusses to the tops of our walls. Many of my competitors don't do that. They just use screws or nails to hold their roof trusses onto the wall tops, okay? We use those metal hurricane clips, and that's another reason why we're able to offer 150-mile-an-hour wind gust certifications. All right, I think that's about all there is to tell you about our custom builds. There's a lot of different styles of porches, and we also offer lofted and non-lofted buildings. So that one that you just saw is a cabin. Here is another one that's also a cabin. Here's one that has a wrapped porch, okay, and this one's lofted, and so it's got a barn-style roof with a window up in the loft. Okay, so different style of porch again. And here's another cabin. I sell a lot of cabins, all right? So something for you to keep in mind is that we make a lot of different types of buildings. I guess the last one I can show you is over here. This is what we call a side porch cabin. It's hard for you to see it. I gotta walk around to the other side to show it to you. Sitting right next to another wrapped porch. This one is a wrapped porch. See how the porch kind of wraps around. And then here's what we call a side porch cabin, where the porch runs all along the side of the building. A lot of different styles of porches, a lot of different styles with lofted or non-lofted. So if you are interested in a building like this, custom built for you, all you gotta do is get in contact with me. Aloha from the Ozarks.